ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host Saeed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, Thursday the 30th of June 2022. It's been a beautiful day in Trinidad and Tobago, viewers. Remember to share our live stream. We are on Facebook, Real Talk with Saieed Ali on Facebook. So what you need to do, pick up your phone, go on your computer, on your tablet, open your Facebook account, search Real Talk with Saieed Ali. When it pops up, like it and share our page, viewers. We are also on YouTube, TT Real Talk. Subscribe, hit the bell, and you will know when we go live, viewers. So you could do that now, viewers, while you are seeing this ad running on television. It will give you enough time to go into your social media platform and just share it. Just share it, share it, share it. So viewers, remember, I am a licensed money lender. Those of you who are looking for cash borrow is not a problem. You can contact me at 339-1670, 238-6716, or 267-7325. Our south office at 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village in San Fernando. You can contact them at 242-7690. That is 242-7690. Remember, that is a sub-office, viewers. You could go down there. Just check them out. Whatever information you have, they will have it there for you. You can even make an application, but loan is not granted down there. It's a sub-office. So, viewers, our office are at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road in Shogunas. There's a big sign in front of our building, Real Talk Group of Companies. You can't miss it. So if you have gold and you're looking for a little cash, not a problem. Talk to me. You're looking for cash borrow, you have a house, you have land, you have a vehicle, you run low, not a problem. Contact me, viewers, and we would love to do business with you. Remember, every deal, every transaction, it is legitimate. There is nothing on that no table because I don't go down that road. I took my time, 4 or 5 months, applied for my license, got our license. Now we are licensed to lend money. And I do make that statement very bold and very clear on national television. I don't do anything under the table. That is not Saeed. Not me at all, at all, at all. I don't go down them road. I don't go down them road. Because if I cannot stand for something, well then I will stand for nothing. And nothing is not part of me. I always stand for the right thing. I always stand for something strong, something powerful. I want to say a special good night to Vade, Parts Depot in Princestown, St. Cross Corner. Those of you in the Princestown area, you're looking for parts for your vehicle, van, not a problem. Check out Vade. He's at St. Cross Junction. On the corner there, you will see him. That's the, when you pass St. Cross Junction, like on the Naparima Mayara Road, just before the grocery, he's on the right side there on the corner. You see a set of scrap vehicles parked up there. You could also check him out, Parts Depot. A good friend of mine. So viewers, as we start our program tonight, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley have completed his final medical consultation in Los Angeles, California, yesterday being Wednesday. Upon his return today, the PM will be called upon to address several topics, issues which have, let me tell you something, these things has gone national. It drew the attention over the past few weeks. There's a lot of things that is circulating on social media platform too, but nevertheless, let the facts come out. Now, the main issue is that one involving Attorney General Reginald Armour. Now, another issue that will need the urgent attention of the Prime Minister is the no confidence motion filed against him by the trade union movement on Labor Day. The third issue is the report of the Minister of Youth Development and National Service, Foster Cummings, who was asked to withdraw from a master's program at the University of the West Indies. All this, the Prime Minister will have to answer for all these things. Let me tell you something. When you're in the public domain, and things that you do in the past will catch up to you. Because people, they're going to sift you like flour. They're going to sift you like flour. That is why I am here. That is why I am here, viewers. It's Bacchanal Thursday right here on Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Feel free to call in 2386716. 2386716. The Water and Sewerage Authority, WASA, is seeking to assure almost 200,000 persons who have been without pipe-borne water due to the inclement weather that their supply should return soon. WASA Operation Director Saieed Ali stated that 26 communities have been affected. WASA officials explained that 60% of its supply is dependent on surface water source, which includes the country's rivers. But as the river level rise due to increased rainfall, that poses a threat to the utilities infrastructure. Ali said the intake facility are equipped with filters to keep out debris, but even that is not enough at times. However, Public Utility Minister Marvin Gonzalez stated that he is aware of the public sentiment that WASA complains about its water supply in the dry and wet season. He is aware, but explained that measures are being taken to reduce the authority's dependency on its surface supply and desalinated water. While repairs continue today to the affected facilities, WASA is urging the affected public to utilize water through the truck service. So while we're on WASA, how many letters have WASA sent out to individuals? WASA, Marvin, tomorrow you should keep a press conference and tell the nations how many letters you all intend to give out by month end. Come out and give a big statement and tell the employees and also tell the public how many letters will be given out to workers of WASA come month end. You see, WASA workers right now is like they're on a limbo. Nobody knows who is employed and who is leaving. You don't know if job stability. Nobody in WASA knows that. Because a little bird told me it's about 3,000 letters have been prepared, signed, and ready to be delivered. So Marvin, don't keep it a secret. Come out and tell the nation how you all plan to distribute these letters. Are you all going to distribute it in 50s, in 100s, in 500s, in 1,000? Come out and give the nation some sort of relief. Boy, it's a sad thing, you know. It's going to be a sad month in WASA, you know. Serious. It's going to be a sad month in WASA. Trade and Industry Minister Paula Gopi-Schoon and Minister of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries Kazim Hussain held follow-up discussion with Rajiv Dipti, President of the Supermarket Association of Trinidad and Tobago, and executives of SAT. The meeting considered issues relating to food price, and particularly ensuring greater food security through accelerating the local production of food, enhancing the direct supplies linkage between producers and businessmen, and combating food fraud by ensuring labeling standards are enforced on all imported food items. Caller, good night.
Good evening, Mr. Ali.
Go right ahead. You're live on Real Talk, my friend.
I saw some fellas pass through a WASA pump station, boy. They cut out all the copper and thing from it. Pump station down.
I tell a bandit good with anything now, you know.
The WASA CEO say you like a ban on copper, but Ms. Gopi Schoon was asked that in Parliament and she said no. So them fellas when they thief this copper business, who buying it?
Exactly.
It's somebody had to buy it.
Correct.
And put it in a container.
Yes, yes.
So that is all you had to do. See the fellas in a move packing container for export.
Correct.
Check the copper and say, ah boy, there is the man here.
Correct. Now they could use brass, you know. Caller, WASA could change the copper lining and use brass, you know.
How much of a cost you, boy? You know our next kickback for that?
Copper is expensive. So probably I guess the reason why they said no is while we keep buying, somebody will keep thieving. Money had to spend some way.
But I see you take us any PM back today. You know if he land in Trinidad yet? I thought he'd be at the postcard, but he wasn't there.
Nah, he wasn't there. He wasn't there.
Have a good evening. Los Angeles kind of far now, eh?
Thank you, my friend. Now, viewers, staying on Rajiv. Minister Kazim Hussain also took the opportunity to promote the Trinidad and Tobago Agri-Investment Forum and Expo 2022, which is scheduled for August 19th to 21st, 2022. SAT undertook the collaborative with the Consumer Affairs Division to enhance the monitoring and reporting of food prices. So viewers, again, I am encouraging you, again, when we spoke to Rajiv a couple days back, he said, if you think that there is price gouging, snap it, record it, take a video, and send it to Consumer Division. Send it to the Trade Ministry. If you see something selling for $10 and next day raise up to $50, that is price gouging. So be aware there is a place you could send it to for that supermarket to be under investigation. Rajiv did say that. You need to come forward. Once there is evidence of price gouging, the ministry will look into it. The department would look into it. So it's not like we don't have a department and people keep on continue to complain about the price increasing and the price increasing and the price increasing. Snap it, record it, send it to Trade Ministry. And they will do something about it. There are places in place. There are departments in place to deal with it. So if you feel you have been abused of prices in Trinidad and Tobago, make it known. Make it known, viewers, because there have to be a price control at some point in time. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night, Said.
Go right ahead, my friend.
They're talking about price gouging. But remember the vehicles and all, when vehicles come in and they raise the price accordingly too.
Correct.
So if I own a business and I have something and a date comes that it's raised and the government says, all right, it's gone up. And I raise my price according to that. It gave me nothing like price gouging.
I understand. I understand.
All the time my money lying down, you know. No, it's my money to make money. So it don't have nothing wrong with that.
I understand what you're saying. Now remember, this is food, you know. This is something that we need. We don't need a car.
That is not a luxury. But it's the same thing. Everybody does do price gouging. Nothing wrong with that. I support that.
Thank you, my friend. We don't need a car, but we need food. And there's price control concerning food. Moving along, viewers, the Fair Trade Commission, FTC, is now concerned about a drastic increase in food items such as flour. As a result, the Commission intends to host a virtual meeting to analyze the possible cause and solution to these price or to these rising price. After that mashup last night, after all that information divulged last night from our show into the public domain, you see what's taking place now? You see what's taking place now? So when you hear that come and they want to say Ukraine is the world's largest supplier, it's not so. There's other countries that we could go and negotiate with. The closest one is right Mexico. If you feel that too far, we could go right Canada. And since this government loves to do business with China, Trade Minister could go China and negotiate. They could negotiate. Let me tell you something, price increase only in Trinidad. Only in Trinidad. And I said right here on my Wednesday night program, nothing's wrong with you making a profit, you know. Nothing's wrong with that. Absolutely nothing. But you see, advantage is a different thing. Advantage is a different thing. Bamboozling the people is a different thing altogether. Altogether. And that is why people would not like Saieed. Because I will come out and let you know, hey, you see that 5 cent? That 5 cent is not a 5 cent. That is just me. Caller, good night. Hello?
One of the problems happening in the country that you always have sent a man to make the extra money on everything, you know. You raise prices, you know, already pay. There's jack up the money to the man in the middle to make the bigger money. Now our prices will be too high in our country. So the gas, everything, the same thing.
Thank you, my friend. Now, the significant increase in price, especially that of staple food items such as wheat flour, is of particular concern to the Fair Trading Commission. See how it becomes a concern now? So after all that info I read out to you last night, it becomes a concern. Why? Because raw truth now, raw information is in the public domain. It is in the public domain. If Ukraine selling flour for $10 and Mexico selling flour for $5 and the US selling flour for $5 and then China selling it for $3, what are we going to do? We going to go back to Ukraine? No, negotiate. Look, right there in India, not far, right there in India have flour. The Commission is fully aware of the reported mix of supply and demand sides, conditions now both external and internal, which has given rise to the worrisome price increase. You hear the word they use? Worrisome, or we could use worrisome. Nevertheless, the Commission wishes to assure the general public that consistent or with consent with the Fair Trade Act, it remains committed to monitoring the increase in price in order to determine whether increased price are in any way as a result of anti-competitive practice. It reached to the Fair Trade Commission now. It becomes a problem. It becomes a problem. And I'm going to tell you something, viewers. is only when a situation is highlighted. Is only when a situation is highlighted. Then we will know the importance of that situation. Then we will know the importance of that product. Then we will know the importance of the price on that product. Is only when it is being mentioned. That is why when I come here, I always say I come here to open your eyes. I come here to educate you all. That is the reason of Real Talk, to deal with the issues. That is why I named the show Real Talk. Because we deal with issues. Look, a little birdie whistled. They might be paying more for bread tomorrow. Doodly 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 doo doo doo. Imagine that. You might be paying more for bread tomorrow. So don't be surprised when you go to your grocery shelves and you see a new price. Just let them know, well, hey, Saeed mentioned this. A new structure. Make it easy, you know. We have a call. Caller, good night.
Good night.
Go right ahead. You're live on Real Talk, my dear.
Yes, on almost 2 weeks, no garbage truck work in our area here in Batu Avenue, Marabella.
Batu Avenue in Marabella?
Yes, so just imagine if we had that flood with all those worms
I
and
understand.
cans
But
and dirtiness floating down the road.
which garbage company normally service the Marabella area or the Batu Avenue?
That is what I don't know.
I understand.
Sometimes it just have different trucks.
I understand. Thank you so much for highlighting it.
His office always closed.
Not a problem. So whoever is the contractor servicing the Marabella area, council office. Alright, so my dear, what you could do is you could probably get in touch with the councillor office. Councillor office always closed in Marabella. Oh, okay. You see why we just have our Wednesday night program? To put the councillors on the spot. Let me tell you something, it's very easy to collect free money, you know. That's why there's light up the councillors them. Go to your MP and complain. If you know you cannot take that job by going to the MP, here what to do. Resign from that portfolio and find a next job. It's that simple because every Wednesday I lighten up all you. I put all you on the spot, you know. Caller, good night.
Hello, Sayeed Ali. Why worry? Be happy. That is what the people vote for. That is what they want to live. That is what they want to eat. So don't worry with them. They will eat banana and biscuit now.
Oh,
that
Lord.
is what they like. So people in Trinidad like to live. Don't worry. Take your money and go enjoy yourself, no man.
Thank
Take
you
your
so
family,
much.
Enjoy yourself. Yes, have fun.
Now, viewers, staying on the rising food price. At this meeting, the Commission's intend to further examine the specific cause of rising price and to determine whether any changes can be made in business operation in order to bring about any relief to consumers in these worrying and unusual times. So, viewers, the Commission is letting us know that they are going to investigate the matter. They're going to see if they could work around it and find some sort of solution to reduce the price. That would be so nice if it reduced from 33% to at least 15 self. At least 15 self. So our person of interest tonight, I'm looking for Josh and Davy Mohammed. Josh and Davy Mohammed. Since the last time you all visited me, we had an agreement. They came like a professional couple. We spoke on a professional level. And let me do the professional thing. Because the public will know what all you did. Serious. The public will know what all you did. And if the public know what all they did, the shame of this act will be among you all. So let we don't go down that road. And contact me and let's fix the problem that you all came here with. And we will continue nice and smooth. So Josh and David, please contact me on my office, 238-6716 or 339-1670, and let's deal with the problem. The TNT Medical Association officer, Dr. Frank Ramlakhan Singh, has assured that they are trained doctors on treating monkeypox, as the country remains on alert for the arrival of the disease. Dr. Ramlakhan Singh stated that it is very easy to recognize, as the TTMA has done meetings on monkeypox on its presentation, its diagnostics, treatment, and management. Training was held virtually for the doctors and was conducted by infectious disease expert. He added that doctors working with the public health system made up the majority of those trained. Caller, good night.
Good night, Saeed.
Go right ahead.
I said that people went to school, they try and they get food and things, and in the education resign up now, and a teacher and them put out their money in pocket, and the report come out, before I talk, the report come out where the police kill the people and they try to put the blame on the fellow from Dago by the master. It's how the system is what? They're always doing that. Alexander, he always moving the goalpost. Have a good night.
Thank you, my friend. Staying with the monkeypox issue. He also noted that last week the cabinet approved adding monkeypox to the schedule of dangerous infectious disease, which subsequently was proclaimed by Paula May Weeks. Listen to this.
I would have taken a note to cabinet on matters relating to monkeypox, and cabinet would have considered the note and would have agreed to proclaim monkeypox, the virus, as a dangerous infectious disease under section 103 of the Public Health Ordinance with immediate effect. Also, you would have seen that legal notice 126 has been issued by the Office of the President, who would have signed off on that.
Caller, good night.
Good night, Saeed. You know what is very disturbing? We had a ruling by Justice Devendra Ramprasad, where he speaks about, interference, political interference.
Correct, yes.
In a case.
Yes.
Now, on the heels of that, you hear the Privy Council, which is the highest court, talking about the same political biasness and witch hunt by politicians. And sir, we say they don't have money. Billions. What about that billion where they discontinue with the Malcolm Jones? What about the 100 and something million against this man with fake oil? How much million they give to the trade union? How much of 50 million they give to the Tobago hoteliers and all these kind of people? And then you come and say, and look at the witch hunt, it continues. And it is apparent, so it is glaring now. Do you remember previous government, PNM government and NAR government, they spent hundreds of millions of dollars to construct that Tiaco International Airport.
Correct. And
nothing was done, nothing at all. Barstow Pandey came and they built that airport, and recently it was adjudged to be one of the best airports around. And yet people are facing prosecution for corruption, which is nonsense. You know how much millions and millions of dollars going on the drain just for political expediency by this government. Again, we see people only of a certain ethnicity are being harassed, and they're dragged through the legal system. We have two outstanding attorneys right now, and then we are hearing again about the PNM hiring some foreign British people again to come after Dr. Munilal and all these kind of people. These are people that added value to the country in terms of infrastructure and all these kind of things. So the PNM, who is master in corruption, nothing is happening against them. So this is unjust, but God is looking on. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, my friend. So viewers, I just want to remind you all, those of you who have your hard-earned cash and you have it in a financial institute and you're not getting a proper rate on it, contact me, 3391670. I am offering you 3.5% on a fixed deposit that is set up with the Realtalk group of companies. 3.5%, the highest interest rate that is being paid in Trinidad and Tobago. The highest. So if you're looking to make money, contact me. 3391670. Remember, I'm a licensed money lender also. Those of you who are looking to borrow cash, what you use as security or collateral, whether you have gold, whether you have a car, a land, a house, please contact me, 3391670. Now, I just want to mention something, viewers. If my business was not legit, if I wasn't doing things above board, I would have never mentioned my money lending business on national television. From time and time again, I do post up my license that was granted to me through the court system and through the Ministry of Legal Affairs. You know, they go through the BIR office, everything. Everything is legit. Any police could come here at any point in time and say, Saieed, we want to see a license. I will present it to you without fear. Without fear. Because I got to tell you something, if I had something to hide, if I was doing some kind of undercover business, I would have never be on national television saying these things. Never. A man like me that done scrape me down long time. Long time. And don't feel they look for something on Saieed, you know. Because talks came back to me, it's like, Saieed, they scrape you with a fine teeth comb. They sift you like flour. But here I am. Now, I just tell people, a lot of people just want to know how Saieed is make money. Or in fact, listen to this. Past Depot in Protestant, I went by the guy, Vade. I went by him today to get a seat for one of my ranger. And a guy came up to him and he said to Vade, the owner of that business, because Vade told me that today. He said, Vade, I see Saieed have one of your vehicle. He said, yeah, Saieed buy it from me. So the guy asking Vade now, he said, how Saieed get that money to buy that vehicle? Now, Trinidad and Tobago have known Saieed for spiritual work, for doing spiritual work. And you all know that I deal with mostly European vehicles, BMW, Benz, Audi. You know, this is my line. I love these vehicles. And 90% of the time, I do sell Benz, BMW, Audi, convertible hardtop. Because when you get a nice deal from a businessman in Trinidad, you just grab the opportunity. And then when you're selling it back now, you're selling it for a profit. If I buy a Benz for $60,000 and I sell it back for $70,000 or $80,000, that's $20,000 profit going in my pocket. So when you hear I sell, let's just say I buy a Benz. Right? You see, people want to know how Saieed making money and how Saieed could fund his own program. But before I reach to the car, I'm going to tell you this. I was born spiritually gifted. I come from a bloodline leading all the way back to India. I am born spiritually gifted. I am gifted. I didn't ask for it. I was born like this. It's just like a pastor or a pundit or an imam. When you call into something from a higher force, you just try to run. But sometimes when you try to run, you end up in more problems than you were in. And then you decide, you know what? If this is my pathway, if this is my roadway, if this is my calling, this is where I would be. A pundit could testify to that, a pastor could testify to that, an imam could testify to that. You know, the Baptist region could testify to that. When you're born in a calling, you can't run. I tried to run from being a spiritual person, but I couldn't run. I end up in problems running. And when I decide, you know what? This is my calling, to see about people with spiritual problem, I will anchor here. And when I anchored on that, I started to grow, because I started to trust God. Lord, this is where you want me. This is where I will be. And when you understand who you are, when you understand what you possess, it has become easy for the human mind. You just need to understand who you are and what you possess. I understand I was born into a spiritual arena. I understand I have spiritual gift. And when you understand that, no, I will tell you something. There's a difference between understanding and acknowledging. I understand who I am, and I acknowledge that this is my field. So it becomes easier. Understanding and acknowledging is two different things. You could understand something, but you're bound to acknowledge it. But when you acknowledge who you are, it becomes easy. So my pathway have become easy for me, because I understand and I acknowledge, Saieed, you was born gifted. No matter what you do, you can't run. This is your calling. This is where you shall be from birth to death. And I understand that. I understand that. Whether you call me a drinks man, a voodoo man, whatever man, you could say what you want. This is my field. I was born like this. I was placed on this earth to see about people with spiritual problems. So I don't run from it. I just mention it on TV. I am not afraid, because this is my field. This is my calling, and I will not run from it. Because I understand and I acknowledge, Saieed, this is you. The president, we understand Paula May Weeks is the president. We acknowledge her as the president. We acknowledge her as the president. So this guy now wanted asking Ved, oh, how Saieed get money to buy that vehicle? So let me explain to you how I got money to buy that vehicle, my friend. Excuse me there. So I just tell people, if somebody come by me and their work is costing $10,000, listen carefully how much this add up, eh? And I'm saying this so the police will understand also. When somebody come by Saieed, and let's just say your work coming up to 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. Let's just use that 5,000 bracket, because when you go back pundit to do our prayers, now how much you spending? About 5,000, 6,000. And if 10 person go by the pundit to do prayers, we're using 5 days for the week. If every day somebody go by the pundit to do our prayers, 5,000 by 5,000 by 5,000 by 5,000 by 5,000, from Monday to Friday, the pundit will end up with 25,000. That's so enough? So here it is. When somebody come by Saieed to do their work, and let's say your work come up to 10,000. If I do 10 work in 5 days, how much is that? 10, 5, 50. Let's say I do 2 work in 1 day. That's 20,000 in 1 day. So if 5 days for the week, I make 20,000 doing spiritual work, how much do I end up with? And that is the maths I want all you to add. Because that mathsing, it adding. 2 and 2 is not 5. 2 and 2 will give you 4. So how Saieed where you get money to start lending is because of the work I am in. A pundit could get a license to lend money. Because if he make 25,000 in 1 week in prayers, he could apply, go through the system, and once they see him fit, once they see all his things in place, they would grant him his license. And then now you'll be asking, but where the pundit get money? Like the pundit in drugs. No, the pundit not in drugs. The pundit was called to be a pundit. So sometimes I just have to clarify certain things on national television. Oh, side use a money lender. Where you get money from? Well, partner, I just do spirit work. And if your work costing 10,000 and 10 people come like you, there's 100,000 for the week. Why would I put 100,000 in the bank and me getting nothing from it when I could lend it and make a turnover? I went and get my license and start. Let me tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago. I'm going to tell you something. When I finished school, I started to work at the age of 18. 18, finished school, and I started to work at the age of 18. And while working, I did my chemical engineer course. While working, I started accounts. I furthered it from school. I am 2 levels or 2 exams away from being a chemical engineer. I speak in 6 different languages. I am educated. But you know what? My journey from a teenager to where I am now have been long and hard. When you finish working at a grocery warehouse, 5 o'clock in the evening, 4 o'clock in the evening, I go in accounts class from 7 to 9 in the night. And then I had to reach home back now by 10:30 because I had to be in the business place for 7:30 the next morning. This is where I am today. Sacrifice paid off. So when you see me driving a Range Rover or you see me driving a Porsche, it's because I work hard for it. And the first thing when people look to say, oh, like he's selling some marijuana or drug or some kind of thing. That time you don't know the hours of individual toiling. Look how I work at him now. He does do audio and visual graphics and things for me. Sometime during the day, Navin will go to videotape 1 funeral, 2 funeral, 3 funeral. He will pick him up the day and then he will come here from 6 o'clock in the evening until 8 o'clock in the night. And sometimes when he finishes at 8 o'clock now, he had to go and videotape a Ramayana. Bring back on this one. He had to go now. He had to go on a Ramayana. Imagine that. So when Navin do 3 funerals for the day, and then reach here from 6 to 8 in the night. And when you leave my studio, you're going by a next man's house, by a pundit house or somebody's house to do a reading or to do a Ramayana or because they have a Thanksgiving or they have some kind of prayers, he had to go. So when you see Navin now driving a Toyota Hilux, everybody will be like, wait Navin, where you get that boy? But nobody has seen the hours Navin putting in. You see tonight, I just had to clear up this tonight because there's a lot of eyes on Saieed. And Saieed, where you get this and where you get that and where you get the next. Let me tell you something. I was born into a realm to do spiritual work for people. And there's a saying the old people used to say, when you hear God call you, nobody cannot go against you. Nobody. And I just feel the need to clear it up tonight. Because people wonder inside how you end up with a Porsche. Let me tell you something. When 10 people come by you and they spend 10,000, how much is that? That's 100,000. You feel I come in here like a duck? You feel I come in here to tell you, oh God boy, I'm afraid you and I'm afraid F I you. Come, I have my legit documents. You think I afraid bandit? Oh, go outside, you're saying them thing on TV, careful bandit. Oh, let come. I will deal with all that. The same way I deal with the men and them that try to kidnap my son. I just work hard, 16, 17, 18 hours a day. Sometimes my workers don't even see me. They will come in my business, they will open it up and they will leave 5 o'clock. And sometimes for days they may see inside. But when they watch from 7 to 8, you see inside on TV. Sometimes when I finish here any night, I have places to go. I have Saeed come home by my house, boy, we need to see you. So and so is the case. So if you tell her, let's sell, I afraid bandit. Me afraid bandit, you know. Bandit is a human being just like myself. They choose to rob. But when a spirit hits you and shot, deal with it. Because you ain't see where it coming from. So if you tell yourself, oh God, Saeed, you mentioned 100,000 and careful bandit, come, I'm waiting for you. Or make sure when you come with your licensed firearm and you pull the trigger, make sure the bullet hit me. Otherwise, let me tell you something. Live on the moon. Live on the moon. Because I will say my prayers and I will light my light until you end up with a decayed foot. Or your tongue hang out your mouth. Or you can't see where you're going. You see, it is a need for me to explain certain things. There is a need. Because just how that man going to be watching, just how the police going to be watching. You see, Saeed, we go and raid Saeed. Not a problem come. Not a problem come. When you come and you ain't get nothing. When you're leaving, if your vehicle run off the road and you break your hand and foot, take that. If your eye bust while going back, take that. Because while I come in here every single night and pushing for a legislation and an amendment for your wife and your daughter and your children, or to benefit you, you want to come and raid me? Huh? You want to come and raid me? You can't protest for yourself. You need somebody like Saeed to stand up for you. Well, if you like coming here with an intention of afraiding somebody, no, I didn't come here with an intention to afraid anybody. This is my calling, this is my pathway, and I will do it to the best of my ability. You see, I will tell you something. When I first came on TV, the guys and them who went after my son, they thought that I just a normal businessman. We could attack him, we go kidnap his son, we go get a piece of money, and we might shoot his son, so he ain't gonna know who is we. Really? They didn't realize that the man's son they went after was a man who do spirit work, and that was the downfall. That was the downfall. Today they're still living. They're sitting in their mother house, cannot move from here to right. They can't see what color in front of them. All of you that is afraid to mention that, no. I don't afraid to mention them things. You don't interfere with my family. There are lines that you don't cross with me. Caller, good night.
Yeah, good night, Mr.
Go right ahead.
Mr. Ali, you don't need to give anybody an explanation, my friend.
No, caller, understand what I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying, my brother.
Sometimes there have people be watching your business more than you.
That's right, that's right. But let me tell you something. If they had a watch, if there was a fellow who was in charge of the Hindu Credit Union, right? I ain't calling on him. He was in charge of the Hindu Credit Union. The Hindu Credit Union gone bankrupt. They look up people's savings and all people's money. You understand? Turning and telling people, listen to me, they have no money, they have to sell sweets. All of a sudden now they have hardwares all in Tobago, all in Trinidad. You understand?
I understand what you're saying.
Which I was saying to you, them are the people then you have to go and talk to, how they get the money. Not you, my friend, in the end of the day. And I want to say something, my brother. I listen to people, and instead of to look at other people, look and see what happened to the country.
Correct.
What's happening now to the workers in WASA? What's happening now? You telling me that you clean all the river courses and so forth, right? You telling me that the minister said that, and today that people flood out all about. Rain didn't come, but he boasted and said he do a good job. You understand? And then yesterday rainfall, and the place soak up, all about get flood out. You ain't seen him now. You understand? But people itself now taking that and run with it. The Prime Minister of the country, leave when he go and he come back tonight. I want to ask him something. And I want to know who is that. He tell the people them that if you think when he was with Mr. Manning and Mr. Manning fired him, he tell the people them that if you feel that the Calderheart and Juricot is the Piaco airport is corruption, Juricot and Calderheart is 10 times worse. How come he investigating that? Now he in charge. Now he's the Prime Minister. How come he investigated that? You know why he investigated that? Because he ain't going to call on it, because he was the Lion Minister State, my brother. You understand?
Yeah.
So this is the hypocrisy. And I want to ask them in the Piaco International Airport, when he come, ask him a place called FIU, if anything about FIU. That's all I have to ask, my brother. I thank you, my friend.
Thank you so much, my friend. Now, since last year, late last year, I have started the process of getting the approval and the license for a credit union. And since last year, I have been in meetings, various meetings, once, twice, for the month, for the week. And you know, I always keep you up to date on this. Thus far, we are almost at least 95% complete everything on getting the approval. Now, the reason why I went after this is because there are ridiculous fees in the bank. Ridiculous. You go tell me to open my account in the bank. 2 forms of ID. Utility bill. Job letter. Pay slip. They want to know where you getting your money from. Use that Trinidadian. I went to add my name on my wife's account side. 2 forms of ID, utility bill, job letter, pay slip, and 6 months bank statement. Me I have no bank statement. I ain't have no bank statement. So how I could get my name on my wife's account now and me I have no bank statement? The manager say, Said, well, we can't help you. So I say, hear this now. Hear this now. Today, tomorrow, something happened to my wife now and she can't come in the bank to get the money. What's going to happen? You know, none of them couldn't answer me. None of them couldn't answer me. You know what I tell you? I say, here what's going on. Take a manager, check and we go in a different bank. A different bank. Well, I think it's easy. Let me tell you something. It is have people minding your business more than you. Why you didn't come and ask Said where you get money to buy Wade vehicle? Why you didn't come? You're going to ask Wade. Nevertheless, from time to time, I just have to throw all these things so people would understand who is Said. I don't beg nobody to sponsor this show, you know. All my workers could tell you that. Said, how much you run at 10,000? Not a problem, but you know, Said, you can't talk about this man and you can't talk about that man. My workers just see me slamming back money in people's chest. Take your money and go through my front door. I don't need it. I don't need your money to pay for my program. No. God does make sure. God called me into this field, and for the last 4 years, I could boast on God that God made sure my bill was paid and I'm living comfortable. You know why? Because I told him, I said, here we're going on, Father. If this is the field you call me in, make sure I have in this field, you know, and make sure my children protected, you know. Otherwise, I'm walking out of it. I think I'm so brave because I know I have God back in my back. And what I had the gift to do spirit work? Well, you play mad. I will show you what madman is do. Call a good night.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Go right ahead, my friend.
Saeed, what you're saying is true, you know. People know your business more than you, you know.
I'm telling you.
I know where you're coming from because let me tell you something. I build another house there, and people just pass and watch the size of your house. Let me tell you something. Anybody come by here, they watch the way you have, they watch the size of your house. They don't care how long you take to build and what you want to do, how much you want to bend your back to build your place, you know.
Correct.
Once the place looking good, it's looking big, here what? Watching them, jam on, ting. That normal, typical, that how it is. But I want to touch on something tonight. We're talking about the financial institutions, right?
Yeah.
I wanna find out something, right? All the time, central banks saying that they just send US currency to all the banks, right?
Yes.
Right. Now, some of these companies that have parent companies abroad, right? And we know they have to send royalties every month to all these companies, right? Like KFC, Subway, all these places. And they have to send royalties every month to the parent company, right? These people not taking TT dollars, them taking US currency, right? We understand that so far, right? Where are these people, where are the banks getting the US currency to fund these businesses to send the royalties away? Where are these people getting the US currency to bring in all the raw materials to run these businesses and things? And why the local people always have to starve for US currency and go to the black market and pay $8 and $9?
But Kola, just the other day I was paying $8 for 1 US.
Right, so you know exactly where I'm coming from, because why does the local man have to be suffering so, and certain people in this country could get US at the flick of a finger side? Why is that? I don't understand that. Why does it always have to be so unequal in this country? I just try to understand that this is what is steering people to crime and thing in a side. It's mismanagement of this whole country, and it starts from the very, very top. I want to ask you one question before I go, right? Yesterday we were talking concerning the storm watch and thing, right?
Yes.
The one person I forgot to ask you, where is the president? You could tell me where the president is?
Well, I want to believe she gone with the prime minister. I know, I just saying something.
She not in the country yet, because I want to believe if she's here, she's supposed to address the nation on an issue like that, right?
Correct.
If the acting minister afraid to come out and say something, she's supposed to be the one to come out and say something. Don't come out and want to address the nation for something stupid like a state of emergency for COVID and all kind of thing, and locking on the place for 2 months and suffering people. Something so urgent, you're hiding behind walls. I don't understand it. Anyhow, side, you enjoy your night.
Thank you, my friend. You and your family, be safe. Say, see viewers, sometimes I just had to tell the public these things. I just have to tell the public. Let me tell you something. If I wasn't clean in the public domain, people would have been calling in and saying, side you this, side you that, side you the next. But you know what? I just had to thank God that when you're here, I start pushing for something. A legislation or amendment or a law or something that would benefit Trinidad. I just thank God that we just get it done. Because many have tried. Many have tried to push for certain legislations and they couldn't get it. How long they're trying to decriminalize marijuana in Trinidad and Tobago? We did it. Real Talk did it. Real Talk did it. And I just publicly said, I thank the Attorney General. The former Attorney General, Faris Al-Rawi. I was the only man who pushed for it hard. Hard pushing for it. Now we could walk with 30 grams in our possession and police are doing nothing. Because it is legit, it is legal. I tell you what, when I get that push, a man from the US come along and say, Saeed, here what's going on. If you get marijuana legalized, I open a cannabis company right here in Trinidad and use the man coming by. See? Have a little patience. Just give me a little time. Just give me a little time and I go put certain things in place. You see, because of the fact that I could do spirit work, there's a lot of things I could get done, you know. And I go stop riding. I like a pundit, you know. When a pundit say, Saeed, so and so and so and so and so and so. He touch on the past, he touch on the present, and he touch on the future. That's why I tell people on national television, you want to come after Saeed, not a problem. You might face something coming, which could be detrimental. And when you come and you get through, and when you go in, you could face something too. Remember the time I tell Terry, careful you get in an accident? Or I go pull back that statement. I go pull back that. Remember when I was saying, be careful if a minister's get in an accident? Boom, shot a week after, I want to Terry. I tell Anthony Garcia, I say, here what's going on, partner. Be careful, something start touching you on your shoulder and your bed start rocking. You know, here come back as education minister and this wrongs. Don't play with me, Trinidad and Tobago. When I come here and I tell you, I get an X, Y, and Z done. Mark my words, it has come to pass. So those of you who want to know about Saeed, I just do spiritual work. Saeed, where does get money? Come on, let we do our reading and you will see something. I will show you how to make it. And then you will tell me who is me. But I don't boast on myself. I just trust God and let the Master work his miracle through Saeed. So viewers, we are out of time for tonight. You know, I had a list here, you know. But I so wanted to address that situation. Don't mind my business, watch yours. And if you want help in your business growing, come and check me. Because I just deal with businessmen in Trinidad, out at Trinidad, ministers in Trinidad and out at Trinidad. So until we meet again for Bacchanal, for Fire Friday, Allah anta bakir kida anna sudu aba illa inna. Somebody will always watch your business more than you. Until we meet again, good night.